Good afternoon, listeners. This is Toll Jam. That's Toll, not Toe. Welcome back to Eastern Sound at Eastern Connecticut State University, WECS 90.1 FM. I'm coming back to you with some good old Japanese music. For those of you tuning in for the first time, Eastern Sound, my show, plays only Japanese music, which includes anime openings, regular Japanese songs, and of course Vocaloid. If that's something that interests you, then make sure you stick around. For today's broadcast of Eastern Sound, we have much of the same as last week's. Typically in these broadcasts, I use some of last week's songs to do the next one, so that way I have a mix of songs I already played and the songs I haven't played yet, and at least during this semester. So for returning listeners, you won't be hearing the same songs over and over again, which, you know, I do my best to do. I try to keep things fresh, and hopefully the show doesn't stagnate as fast, you know. That being said, I was surprised by the last broadcast as to how comfortably I fit into the new 2-hour time slot. I was worried that I wasn't going to have much content to fill the whole 2 hours, but I was pleasantly surprised how much I yapped your ears off, just enough to fully, just long enough to fully fit it. You know, I got some advice mid broadcast about it. And oh man, it really helped out. It really helped out a lot. So Trinity, if you're listening, thank you very much. Yeah, I gotta say, the new 2-hour time slot. I think I might have mentioned this in the last broadcast, but the new 2-hour time slot is like so much more freedom, you know, because with 1 hour you're just so constricted, but with 2 hours you're still kind of constricted, but at least you can just go off on a tangent more, and I kind of like that. But anyways, enough yapping. Let's get into what you guys are here for. For our first few songs for today, we have PONPONPON, an absolute classic. Freiheit, one of my favorite songs ever. Ai no Scenario, and Run Sakamoto Run. Enjoy.
もしあの街の真ん中で手をつないで空を見上げたらもしもあの街のどこかでチャンスがつかみたいのならまだ泣くのには早いよねでは前に進むしかないわいやいやポンポン出してしまえばいいの全然しないのつまらないしかないわいやいやポンポン進む 綺麗だと思った。冷たくなってた感情に気づけないまま動かなくなった表情に虚しくなったよ。いつも通りの残像でさえ消えてしまって、確かに僕の感覚はなくなっていってる。どこにもないなけなしの言葉探したってうまいことが一つも出てこない。当たり前になってゆく。目を閉じてみるとよく見えたからさって不健常に追いつけないまま明日は去って今きっと見落としてるんだろう。今さっきの心情は一瞬だけだから変えられないものになれてゆけ。ダメだ今も消える感覚揺れるもらることを嗅覚。ダメだ見える止まる染まる冷たくなってた衝動に気づけないまま動けなくなってた症状に虚しくなったよ。いつも通りの残像を見逃さないように確かに僕の感覚は忘れてしまう嘘の前に名前をつけてさ明日は去って今もっと愛せるように少し深く考えてしまったようだな。しょうもないぜしょうもないぜしょうがないぜほんとしょうもないぜしょうもないぜしょうもないぜしょうがないぜほんとしょうもないぜ。確かに僕の感情は儚くてタラタラタラタラタラタラタラタラタラタラタラ世界欺く揺るぎない正義ほどいて真実この手の中大胆不敵な影が華麗
サステンションに喝采がっこいなデブに説法限界は超えてきたと彼の方が言ってた振り切ったものは全て心の中に宿るここでは涙も強さだと指差し任せた肩を鳴らせほら真っ赤になるまでアクセルに込んでそれじゃ足りないまだ足りられずっと心に立っている真っ赤になっても涙を飲み込んでもう気にしないでろ睨んでろ飛び出してたぎれ真っ赤になるまでアクセル踏み込んでそれじゃ足りないまだ作者になれきっと心を知っている真っ赤になっても涙を飲み込んでもう気にしないでよ笑ってよ飛び出して知れ坂本デイズ
So, the last song I just played, Run Sakamoto Run, is the intro song to an anime called Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto Days is probably my top 10 favorite anime of all time, and it came out this year, I'm pretty sure. I think early January or early February, something like that. And just like with Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I'm going to tell you all about the show, so hopefully you'll watch it. So what is Sakamoto Days about? Well, the show revolves around the greatest hitman of all time, Dado Sakamoto. Everyone knew who he was, and everyone feared being on his radar. No one else could match his skill in the trade, and it seemed as though nothing could stop him. But then, a chance encounter with a pretty convenience store clerk changed everything. He fell in love, and thus, the most famous and unstoppable hitman to ever live retired to start a family. A few years went by and Sakamoto's appearance drastically changed. He went from an incredibly fit and a really handsome man to putting on some weight and becoming the owner of a convenience store himself. Now, instead of restocking ammunition for his next hit, he's busy restocking his store shelves. However, once you become notable for something, especially being a hitman, your past definitely stays with you. And now, a large bounty was placed on his head, luring in other hitmen to try and claim the bounty. Despite being out of shape, however, Sakamoto still retained all of his skills. As they say, old habits die hard. However, despite still maintaining his skills from when he was in his prime, his promise of not killing people that he made to his wife make things a little more difficult. No matter what, though, he intends to keep his promise to his wife, all the while protecting his family. Now, what can I say about this anime? Me personally, right, would rate it a 9 out of 10. I did not think I would enjoy this anime, but honestly, the main cast of characters synergize with each other so incredibly well. Sakamoto, though he's a man of fewer words, he has some really, really good interactions with his old partner Shin. I cannot do it justice. You just have to watch it to believe it. It's really funny because, you know, with like the more stoic characters, they're usually more cool than like, you know, anything else. Like sometimes it can be a little funny, but I don't know. Like it just feels like Sakamoto's it's a very how do you call it, not linear but consistent character. That's what it is, right? Like what he does doesn't break consistency. It just adds more to like what he is, or like, you know, it helps us discover as to what he is. Especially with like especially with him falling in love. It was a goofy but like touching scene, if that makes sense. But the story itself is just so appealing and charming that, you know, and, you know, don't get me wrong. Like I said, his reasonings and like, you know, for like leaving the hitman scene was like very interesting and charming. And the animation in the show is so incredibly fluid. especially during the fight scenes, there is expression behind the characters. Like with what I just said, you thought this probably be like some kind of like, I don't know, like slice of life or something, or at least like have some action with it, right? But no, this show does not like hold back on the action. It's really good. It's like the animation is so crisp and keeps your attention. I really, really do recommend this anime. Sakamoto Days is still ongoing, and the second season started airing last month, I think, maybe 2 months ago. I haven't started it yet because I wanted to binge watch the entire season. So, if you're interested in a lovable cast of characters, great animation, and really good fight scenes, then please feel free to check out Sakamoto Days. You can watch it. I think you can watch it on Netflix. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can watch it on Netflix. Anyways, let's get back to the music. Coming up next on Eastern Sound, we have Ray John, BIBBIDIBA, Gurenge, and Unravel here on WECS 90.1 FM.
つまんないです散々ね奇跡願ってるだけの人生 What's me to do 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 hit you トリックなしのマジック I wanna be free だってまだフリーだし Hey タクシーちょっと途中まで両親は音を立てて夜をせかす魔物よ人生は一瞬にして解ける魔法それならば駆け抜けて思い通りおしゃもな馬車飛び乗って Drive me 私は大変身メイクアップわがままのマニマニきらめきにチューチューさらくまってダンシンさよならグッバイレッドガンいつかは関西クラブオーディエンスに涙ご賞礼こんがらがってもしょうがないからシューズで踊ってない今夜に明日などないならば10に乗ってもん勝ちでしょラリラリハンどんな問題も会話一つ白紙も正解も間違いも愛す本当の私の理想なんだか世界は限界の気配がしておたずばな安心じゃ心配あ今すぐジャンピンジャンピンナウチキチキバンバンチキバンバンいいダクダク右ギター楽日々にギリギリ爆発気味だった今発散してしまおうかまだまだビビダブダ君に乱射一発じゃ打ち足りないわついに導き出した君にアンサーハイになるまで踊ってよおしゃもな馬車飛び乗って Drive me 私は大変身メイクアップわがままのマニマニきらめきにチュイチュイシャラクなマスでダンシンさよならグッバイレッドガンいつかは関西クラブオーディエンス南なご賞礼こんがらがってもしょうがないからシューズで踊ってない今夜に明日などないならば10に乗ったもん勝ちでしょ強くなれる理由を知った僕を連れて進め泥だらけのその顔にこわばる心震える手は掴みたいものがあるそれだけさ夜の匂いにさらに選んでも変わっていけるのは自分自身だけそれだけさ強くなれる理由を知った僕を連れて進めどうしたって消せない夢も止まれない今も誰かのために強くなれるならありがとう悲しみよ世界に打ちのめされた中の意味を知ったグレンの花咲き誇れ運命を照らして稲光の雑音が耳を刺す 知らず儚い散りゆく結末無情に破れた悲鳴の風吹く誰かの笑う影誰かの泣き声誰もが幸せを願ってるどうしたって崩せない夢も止まれない今も誰かのために強くなれるならありがとう悲しみや世界に打ちのめされた巡る意味を知ったグレンの花よ咲き誇れ運命を照らして運命を照らして
教えて教えてよその仕組みを僕の中に誰かいるの壊れたよこの世界で君が笑う何も見えずに壊れた僕なんてさ息を止めてほどけないもうほどけないよ真実さえフリーズ壊せる壊せない狂える狂えないあなたを見つけた揺れた歪んだ世界にだんだん僕は透き通って逃げなくなって見つけないで僕のことを見つめないで誰かが描いた世界の中であなたを傷つけたくはないよ覚えてて僕のことを鮮やかなまま無限に広がることが絡まる無邪気に笑った記憶が刺さって動けない動けない動けない動けない動けない動けないよラブリーズってしまった限られよなかった二つが絡まる二人が滅びる壊せる壊せない狂える狂えないあなたを聞かせないよ揺れた歪んだ世界にだんだん僕は透き通って見えなくなって見つけないで僕のことを見つめないで船が仕組んだ孤独な罠に未来がほどけてしまう前に思い出して僕のことを鮮やかなまま忘れないで忘れないで忘れないで忘れないで奪ってしまったことにパラダイスかけられないことだけパラダイス覚えてて僕のことを教えて教えて僕の
Eastern Sound is a recorded broadcast that gets uploaded onto YouTube. If you'd like to listen to previous broadcasts last semester, or even this semester's broadcast, then please head on over to Eastern Sound YouTube at youtube.com/@Eastern Sound. Once again, that is youtube.com/@Eastern Sound. So coming back to last week's topic about Demon Slayer, I finished the first season last Saturday, I believe. If I could comment on the first season only, because remember, this is how far I've gone so far. I think it was good so far. It's good. I wouldn't say there isn't anything too groundbreaking in terms of storytelling, but so far the characters have been enjoyable. Once again, not too much depth within the first season, so I'm not gonna knock it off a point or two because it's the first season. They're setting things up right. I will say my primary concerns with the show so far might sound a bit nitpicky, but I think it's something I should mention. The biggest thing so far is the concealment about the knowledge of demons within the show. It just feels kind of odd that most of the characters outside of Demon Slayers have little to no knowledge about the demons themselves. In the show, they specify that they keep the existence of demons a secret from the wider public, right? Now, that isn't a bad thing as a concept, but when, demons are actively hunting humans in, the wider public, so not just Demon Slayers, right? How do you explain away the deaths? Do you just say, I don't know, they just disappeared or, they just got murdered by someone else, I don't like that. That's never really explained in the first season so far, right? It might get explained later on. I'm not sure. But in my opinion, I think it would have been better if more regular people knew about the demons. This could lead to higher expectations from the general public and even people wanting to become demons themselves, right? I think the show might be a little dark if that were the case, but it just makes more sense to me. Regardless of how I feel about this one thing, right? Which, by the way, I might just be overthinking. It's still a good show, and this is, like I said, I have to stress this enough. This is only the first season, right? My opinion will change, and like I said, things might just get explained, right? So I just have to stress that enough. My opinion is based off of a show that is so far incomplete and so far haven't caught up to yet, right? But I will say I watched the Mugen Train movie, and I especially enjoyed the second half of the movie. I can't go into too much details just because it's spoilers, right? But the fight scene, especially this latter half, that fight scene was so good. And yeah, I can't say much more than that. But there was this one character, Inosuke, I think that's his name. Yeah, Inosuke. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I didn't like him at first, right? Like in the show, because I don't really like loud characters, honestly. I think they're kind of annoying. But I gotta say, Inosuke has the most so far, right? Has the most character growth out of everyone, and I like the way that he still maintains this loud personality, but still is able to grow and still be more conscious about other people. I don't know. It's so I didn't expect him to go on to me, but I like him. And it's surprising too. Demon Slayer is the first anime to make me like a really loud character. And that's so shocking to say, but I really like him, and it's good. So definitely I can't say more about the movie, but definitely don't skip out on the movie because it's canon. The movie is canon. I know there's a bunch of anime movies, the Dragon Ball movies, and I think the Naruto movies too, where it's not canon but kind of is sort of. I don't know, but it's weird. Anyways, I'm still enjoying my time with Demon Slayer, so I can't wait to see what the second season has in store. But coming up next on Eastern Sound, we have Don't Be Happy, Kokoro, Whereabouts of Love, and for today's analysis, Virgin Suicide, here on WECS 90.1 FM.
難しいことばっかりだ本 っと全部わかったいいのでもどうしても不安になるよ君は僕を忘れちゃったりしないかなもっとずっと楽しいことが目の前で溢れ出してさ一人だって大丈夫なんて言わないでねちっとも笑えないよきっと全部わかった犬子供のままじゃいけないだから心の中で呼んだ幸せになんてならないで嬉しそうなその横顔しっかりましかないずっと一緒だよねそんなこと言えないだってもっとずっと変わってよく当たり前だった何もかも一人だった大丈夫なんて言えなくても君は優しいかなきっと全部わかった犬子供のままじゃいけないだから心の中繰り返す幸せになんてならないでよきっと全部輝いて君の未来その全てが寂しいけれど嬉しいんだ誰よりももっとずっと楽しいことが目の前で溢れ出してさ一人だった大丈夫なんて強がりももう必要ないよ全部わかっている子供のままじゃいけないだから心の中で呼ん
Virgin Suicide is a song by the band Kinokoteikoku, and has been a song I wanted to analyze since last semester. However, there was confusion with another song with the same exact name called Virgin Suicide by Uchu Nekoko, and their lyrics seem different, yet they have like the same rhythm. So I thought it was like a cover, but looking up the lyrics for Uchu Nekoko's version, looks like the lyrics are different. I was confused about it, so I'm just gonna assume now that they're both two different songs. And you know, like I said, Uchu's Nekoko's is just a cover or something. But anyways, with that out of the way, let's begin the analysis. The first few lines set the entire tone of the song and leads into the song's title. It goes as follows. Like wilted hydrangeas, scattering their petals, I naturally disappear quietly someday. But I don't even have the courage for it now. These lines are so good. These are absolutely amazing lines, and we hear that the singer describes the feeling of disappearing someday, right? Maybe even purposefully. By comparing their love to a wilted hydrangea, they make it seem as though that death is is something that's coming, right? It's inevitable, and it's all too natural for them. But in the last line, we hear that they don't have the courage to disappear quietly someday. So what does this tell us in the nutshell? Well, there is a wish to vanish, but because they lack the courage to do so, this presents the inabilities to go through with it, and that's the central theme of Virgin Suicide. Let's keep going. Your smile is killing me. Just once, I want to know what it's like to only ever listen to boring stories. Though there probably won't be a second time, I'm about to give into temptation. Your smile is killing me is such a powerful line because it just shows how something we should see as friendly or inviting or even comforting is the thing that's overpowering or rather overwhelming the singer. The desire for wanting to listen to boring stories could be that just like the want for normalcy, you know, just not to hear any bad stories or stories from other people, you know, just like getting rid of like all the bad thoughts, right? They just want to feel normal. Yet, despite that, they imply that there will not be a second time for this line of thinking because they're going to give in to their dark temptation and, you know, that's to disappear. Let's read on. I'm sinking in this clear, long, flat soda, and I can't float back to the surface. I wanted to be afraid if I were with you, but no one's there when I turn around. The singer describes their despair as being trapped in flat soda, something that has definitely gone stale. Sinking deeper into their own despair, the singer wishes for someone to be with them, but no one's there. This gives us the feeling of isolation with the singer. Their pain would go away if someone was with them, and might even give them bravery as they're sinking. Yet no one is there. Until you're lost, it's impossible to understand how precious life is. Just stay away from now. Just for now, I can't make it like this on my own. Here we read the singer's thoughts into how they view life. We recognize how important life is until we're just about to lose it. This reflects with the last two lines, how the singer wants to push away, but at the same time wants the connection to make them whole again. And it just kind of loops because of that. Despite wanting to vanish or being suicidal, they want someone to be there for them, yet they feel as though they're undeserving of that attention. Here are what the last few lines read. Your smile is killing me. Just once, I want to know what it's like to only ever listen to boring stories, because there probably won't be a second time. Teach me the simplest way. We're going to focus on the very, very last line. The first four lines from earlier are repeated here, and the only line that's different is the last one. Earlier, the last line was, I'm about to give into temptation, but now it reads, teach me the simplest way. And it's implied that they want to know the simplest way to live their life, but it could also imply that they want to learn how to live their life without this darkness with them. You can make a case for either or. We don't know if this person found happiness or not, and that's what makes virgin suicide so beautiful. It's sad, it's conflicting, it's open-ended, and what you feel about this song might just be the ending to the song as well. I absolutely love this song. You have no idea how much I wanted to cover this song last semester, and I'm so glad I finally got to dissect it as much as I could, today. I just love the tempo of the song. It goes from like nice and slow, then to like the singer just like singing her heart out. It's so good, and then it really like it's just like how do you say it? It just shows how powerful the song is. When the singer is just so into it, you could tell she's so into it. And it's so great. I love it. I love this song. But yeah, I hope this analysis was as thought-provoking as it was for me. And definitely like I listened to the song like 3 times before writing the analysis. So yeah, I'd say you guys should really take a listen to Virgin Suicide. It's really good. But anyways, coming up next on Eastern Sound, we have our Vocaloid Hour. Next up, we have Lightheaded Racing Heart by Iyowa, 39 Music by Mikito P, Meltyland Nightmare by Harumakigohan, and of course, Monitoring by Deco, here on WECS 90.1 FM.
「 けど思いたくて焦がれては逃げれないこと、みんなにはくだらないこと、どうしようもないの私ギュークラリン、そばに取り寄せた夏色、枯れ落ちたつぼみがこんなにも汚らわしくていじらしい、ああ永遠になっちまうよ、諦めたって言わなくちゃ頭の中で内緒が何もないから空っぽが入らないこと全部バレてたらどうしよう、あの子の言う通りなんだ幸せになっちまうよ、失うのが辛いが全部無駄になったんだ、愛した街を受けるからひどく優しいあなたの胸で泣きたならどうしよう、最後見たそんな夢私つぶらりん。サンキューミュージック大大大大大大大サービスおーイエー大大大大大熱唱ヘイメイディングービー大大大大大大大不敗でないおーイエーまだまだ言ってくれますかイエスサンキューミュージック大サービスおーイエー大大大大大熱唱ヘイメイディングービーな2倍でないおーイエー飛来するご準備 OK イエス満場一致だ
So, for people who checked out the Eastern Sound YouTube channel, I decided to do something a little different. The recordings for Eastern Sound are still recorded the same way, but with one key difference. Teto is on the screen. She is a fully rendered model that I have on a desktop, and she just does Teto things. She has a few idle animations that she will do throughout the broadcast, so if you're curious, feel free to take a look or watch her as you listen along. Speaking of Teto, though, let's talk a little bit about her. She is often referred to as a Vocaloid, but in reality, she is not a Vocaloid. Teto is what's known as a Utaloid, and I can guarantee she's the most popular one. But what the heck is an Utaloid? And are they not the same as Vocaloids? Well, yes, but no, right? The idea behind it too is the same, but how they're made is different. Vocaloids are released from a company behind them, Krypton, right? The voice banks are professionally recorded and released to the public with different language settings. So, you have like Japanese, English, German, all that, right? You could think of Utaloids as fan made or even indie Vocaloids. I'm gonna give you guys, like a brief rundown of what an Utaloid is. There's like definitely a lot more to it than what I'm gonna tell you guys. So let's keep that in mind. Utal, UTAU, Utal is the name of the program that uses dot wave files to simulate singing. So it's easy to make your own Utaloid with the Utal software, and there are so many of them that haven't made. Tetsuo was a pioneer to this, right? She was originally designed to be a prank to trick people into thinking that she was a new Vocaloid. In fact, she had a very similar design to Hatsune Miku. Her very first design poked fun at other Vocaloids released at the time that was mimicking Miku's successful design, with the futuristic look with the tie, right? Nowadays, though, she has a new and updated design that definitely makes her into her own character. Nowadays, she is my favorite Vocaloid or Utaloid, if you want to get technical. I like the way her voice bank sounds; it's great, and I think she has more character than Miku for sure. But because they have a connection, they're oftentimes associated with each other. And in fact, this was more the case when 32 Kai released Mesmerizer and eventually Obsolete Meat that featured these two together. But we'll talk more about that later. After Marta Yoshika by Hachi, Childish War by Crodnus, Mesmerizer, and of course Obsolete Meat made by the same person, 42 Kai here on WECS 90.1 FM.
兄弟が略そうバンドや視野が呼ぶ席につけよういどんなフットボークで応戦いたしますのだって僕らはブルジョアの立派立派貴族様なんですそうひれ伏せ組君との違いをベファイスロイ見せてやるって待って待ってまだ勝手にそんなん見抜けるよ笑ってかましてはいはいはいはいお兄ち
So, in the last semester, I talked about mesmerizing and obsolete meat and their connection to each other. However, I more or less briefly covered that story and looked into the song lyrics of Obsolete Meat. I figured since I have more time this semester, I can go into more detail about what the story between the two is and how Mesmerizer took over the Vocaloid world. The Mesmerizer was released on May 13th, 2024 on Bilibili, which is kind of like Chinese YouTube, meaning that, it's hosted in China, and the main language of Bilibili is Chinese. In 1 week of the song being released, it had 5 million views in 1 week, right? Now, this would be expected if the producer was well known, if they released like popular songs before, like Deco, right? Who, did monitoring. But this person wasn't Deco, and the individual was known as 32 Key or Satsuki, as they also go by. Now, popularity does not mean a song is good, right? I'm sure we know that, right? Music is subjective, and you can like songs that other people don't, and it applies here. So when I say that Mesmerizer has 162 million views and Obsolete Meat has 20 million views compared to a large majority of its catalog being less than 100k views, that doesn't mean that Satsuki's other works are bad. It's just that people didn't give them a chance, right? But why did Mesmerizer become such a huge hit? There are numerous factors. Like with a lot of Vocaloid songs, there's a deep hidden meaning behind it and story behind the fast-paced video. There are themes of escapism and hypnosis. In the music video, Teto is trying her best to not be hypnotized by Miku in the, in the later half, right? Because they're both not hypnotized, but eventually Miku gets hypnotized and then Teto gets hypnotized. But throughout the video, Teto throws out sign languages for help, and she even blinks in Morse code. There was a lot of effort hidden, and fans loved tearing it apart, dissecting it to see all the little hidden details. And I'm also pretty sure it got really popular on TikTok, which didn't help the viewer count. The song was so popular that Teto had her first ever performance at a Krypton concert. Yeah, the Utaloid, the fan-made, Vocaloid, or, the indie Vocaloid, whatever you want to call it, performed at a Vocaloid concert for the first time ever. And the fan-made creation was officially sworn in at this concert, ran by the company that made Vocaloid. I cannot stress that enough. Can you imagine that? Now, how does that all tie into Obsolete Meat? Well, to put it plainly, Obsolete Meat was a direct response to the popularity of Mesmerizer. I covered this already in the previous broadcast, so if you want the full lyrical breakdown and response, check that out. But anyways, in a nutshell, Satsuki was afraid of becoming a one-hit wonder, right? And wanted to know if the fans that came for Mesmerizer would stay or not, and if they would leave because he didn't give them another Mesmerizer, right? I myself prefer Obsolete Meat over Mesmerizer, but that's just me. But it's kind of hard to imagine what Satsuki was thinking of when Mesmerizer blew up, because his songs were I personally haven't listened to every single one of his songs, but his songs were good, right? But not to the same degree that let me rephrase that. They weren't blowing up as Mesmerizer was, right? Because I think one of his songs were like a lot of his songs are less than like 50k views or something. There's a couple of songs that hit 100k views. I think one or two of them hit 1 million views, right? Before Mesmerizer. But again, this was someone who wasn't well known, and so it's hard to imagine what to do with all this sudden attention. Now, as mentioned before, Obsolete Meat sits at 20 million views compared to 160 views Mesmerizer has. And honestly, Satsuki kind of proved himself right. Obsolete Meat called out people who just want another Mesmerizer, and more than 2/3 of the viewership didn't come back to Obsolete Meat. It's a bit sad, but that's what makes this song really good in my opinion. I'll play more Satsuki songs in the future, but for now, let's move on to our next few songs. Coming up next on Eastern Sound, we have Happy Synthesizer by Easy Pop, Slow Motion by Pinocchio P, Right On by Ozone, and for today's analysis, Anonymous M, also by Pinocchio P, here on WECS 90.1 FM.
必死切さ君の胸の奥まで届くようなメロディー奏でる輝いて見えたあの日光で見 きた時間とこの瞬間と残り時間だ深夜また敵が広くて水飲み干して深呼吸してまた考えた花をすすって平和願ってくしゃみをしたら吹き飛ぶ所領無情かつては無邪気に笑えた人つまずいても涙こらえた人だんだんくたびれた顔の人そしてシワの増えた同じ人ぬるくなった冷えてた歌に変えて時間はまた石につばきこの曲は残り2分とちょうどあなたの寿命はあと何年グラデュエーション見つけたらするまでパーティション数年間で喧嘩し合って忘れちゃいけないこと以外はどうでもよくなにゃいいのにイマジネーションしてきて参加しちゃってね以上盲目な先入観で喧嘩を追いかす映画であざといとつつかれるそんなもんだよのなにくらにのたうちなのにじわにじわに見る声のない場所に感傷感傷に身をやつしてのフィクションフィクションくしゃみはバカっぽいなくすび鼻つまみの笛を合図に夜が明けてくスローモーションスローモーション朝になって熱きてコンディション会社の天井で反省したり調子こいたりのんびりくたばってゆくスローモーション愛の歌で欲しくてワイドショーに気づいてごめんなって生まれた時と最後の時がゆっくりつながる苦しみコンビネーション一度目出会うためクイズジョン一度ってこんなんかね始まる以上明かりなんて頑張ればチャンソネソネスカレカンなこれ俺珍しいもんじゃないし大丈夫だよ多分スローモーションスローモーションスローモーションスローモーションゆっくり終わってゆくスローモーション夜の隣巻き割れる孤独な足音響くストリートぼやけた視界映る東京証拠にもなく偉大な幻想透明によどんだ世界白黒畑揺らぐ心情夕闇で光る妄想都会の海だけで衝動大同感だ影を描くこれじゃないロジカル心の中渦巻くパートきっとこれは危険なトラップ足を止めたらそこで排除だから赤い平気にバンドうまくいきれなくて成長格闘するなら今からエスト答えの
本日はインタビューよろしくお願いいたします。では軽く自己紹介をどうぞ。好きな食べ物は？趣味はありますか？すいません、年齢は？永遠に。渋いですね。悩みはありますか？なるほど、毛量ですね。他には何かありますか？ほう。へえ。それも人生ですね。人間ってどう思います？受けるんですね。そうなんですね。では人間に一言どうぞ。ほう。食らってます？感動的ですね。そうですか。本日は貴重なインタビューありがとうございました。それではさようなら。
Pinocchio P is a well-known producer that doesn't really have a style. While some producers like creating faster slow-paced songs, Pinocchio P likes to experiment a lot. And Anonymous M is one of those experimental songs. Anonymous M is put together as an interview, and in fact, it is an interview between Arufa, a Japanese YouTuber, and Hatsune Miku. Let's explore some of the lyrics. What's your favorite food? Nothing, because I'm not human. Anything you enjoy doing in your free time? Nothing, because I'm not human. I'm sorry, may I ask your age? 16, forever. Forever? Because I'm not human, because I'm not human. So, Anonymous M can be viewed as a little humorous, but it's a meta song, meaning that Miku is aware that she's not a human, and that's pretty bluntly stated. The responses to the questions are very self-aware, and it's exactly how you expect something like a robot or AI to respond, with, little to no emotion. And if we read further ahead, we can read, so what do you think of humans? I haven't thought about it as much, but I'm amused by the fact that they exist. You're amused? From the non-existent point of view, it seems like some kind of joke. I see. Any words to humans? Yes. You all say that I'm going to end, but all humans are going to end too. Wow. You're all going to end too. Are you angry by chance? No, but thank you for everything, even though you're going to end. Thank you for all your works. Thanks to all of you, I can continue singing. That's very touching. Well, someone's just making me say all this. I love that line because like it goes from like kind of dark to kind of wholesome, then to kind of just kind of like it's like a punchline, and the lyrics again push the idea of the song being very meta. In the very last line, we hear Miku quite literally saying that someone's making her say all of this. So if you really think about it, when she states from a non-existent point of view, that should refer to the fact that she doesn't exist because people give her own voice and words. This kind of correlates with how she views her own end too. She's alive as long as humans are alive and produce songs with her. Believe it or not, though, there are dead Vocaloids that, just simply don't get used because either their voice bank or their character design aren't appealing. It can even be both. You like if you look up like a list of like official Vocaloids, like there are so many of them that like are very either underutilized or just never get used. So does that mean that they're dead or they are dying? You know, there's quite a bit of meta existentialism going on here, and it doesn't seem like Miku is all too phased about what's going on. But can she even be phased if she doesn't exist? You know, let's read these last few lyrics. I'm Anonymous M. I'm the one that kind of sings. I'm just a music software pretending to be human. What image would you put on my lifeless body? I'm Anonymous M. Please don't identify me. I'm Anonymous M. So it just comes back around to who she is in the end. Miku is who we paint her as. Many songs use her character in different ways and make her say very interesting things. The image we put on her lifeless body is what people perceive her as and what producers make her sing. She has no identity, but she is the collective of people's hard work. She is Mesmerizer, she is Monitor, and she is Obsolete Meat. She is Anonymous M, right? Though this song is just as likely to be humorous, I think there are things about self-identity that Anonymous M explores, and it's not just like she's upset about her role. She's happy about it, as happy as a puppet can be anyways. And, you know, I might just be overthinking, you know, just like kind of going off on a tangent here, but I think this song is as probably, you know, it's probably satirical, right? This is probably just a satirical song. It's not meant to be taken seriously, but I don't know. I like thinking about just like how the song just operates, you know, because it's a very unique song. Like I never heard anything like it until I heard Anonymous M, and you know, I guess Pinocchio's Peace style is just to be experimental, to be strange, to be like, I guess different. And honestly, that different songs are always like what keeps me entertained. It always keeps me coming back to just songs in general. I think as long as like there are songs that are outliers like this one, I think like, you know, music can, you know, still be good. You know, and not to say that like, you know, regular songs aren't good, but you know, it doesn't hurt to like try something different, to break the rules even, you know. And Anonymous M definitely breaks the rules with like, you know, how it goes, and you know, the tempo's good. You know, it flows really well. But yeah, a very unique and interesting song that not a lot of people can say they created. I like the song a lot. You know, it's just really catchy, just fun to listen to, you know. But with all that said, that is the end of today's show. I hope you all enjoyed the broadcast. If you want to listen to previous broadcasts or find out the title of the songs I played, then head over to youtube.com/@EasternSound. I will be uploading everything onto that channel, so feel free to check it out. Every single song I play will be in the description of the respective video. So if you like a song earlier but didn't catch your name, then check out tonight's upload. This has been Toll-chan, that's T-O-L-L, not T-O-E, signing off on WECS 90.1 FM. I'll see y'all same time, same day next week. Until then, take care.